chance
Sure.
for
And Jerry live because it's time.
Yeah. Namaste Anupam ji. Welcome to InspireX Mondays.
Namaste, and beautiful being once again with you all, your wonderful, my wonderful family, and the family who is able to do so much for me, to give me a vision for today, tomorrow, and the years ahead.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Anupam ji, for finding time to be with us. And you've been part of Rex Karamveer Global Fellowship and Awards and our family and our fraternity for almost 10 years now.
Absolutely. In fact, it goes back to years when I had met Jerry. I think when he was with Action Aid.
Yes.
And since then, I have been sort of with Jerry, known Jerry, and the way Jerry has branched to be the pillar of such strength to all of us to do what we are doing. And this family that sort of brought me in and gave me a beautiful rebirth is the Karamveer Puraskar.
Thank you so much. So before we formally begin, I'd just like to, quickly take the audience through that, on Mondays, our conversation are called InspireX conversations. So we call them InspireX and bring our Rex Karamveer Global Fellowship community, people around like you on board here to talk about their wonderful work, their wonderful inspiring journey, and to help people know more about them, because sometimes at the conclave, people don't get to know so much more about you. But here, this is all 1 hour dedicated to celebrate you and to talk about your journey, your life, and your work. So before I formally begin to ask about work, I'd like you to, take the audience that are listening into you through your life journey. How did you begin the work that you began? Where do you come from? Just take us through your life. Let's go back a few moons.
Yes.
Back.
It was a journey that I think was a blessing to today where I have reached. I was fortunate to have had an elder brother who was disabled and mentally retarded. And at that period of time, when I was very young, I found a lot of people making fun of my brother. And I would think, I said, where is humanity? Is it they used to throw stones at him, they used to abuse him? And I said, one day when I grow up, I definitely will give so much a part of my life to these people and more. I saw him grow, I saw him die, I saw him, unfortunately, he had a fit, a convulsion, and he fell on a gas stove on Christmas Eve, and the pressure cooker burst and he was in splitters. So that really changed my life. And I said, this is the road I am going to take. And I've taken it so beautifully. And he's embedded in my heart, because whatever I do, I really think of him. That, yes, I managed you, but I'm going to manage more. And I'm doing that for him.
It's very touching and heart-wrenching at the same time. And to have gone through that difficult, dark time, tragedy, must have been very, very tough.
Absolutely.
But it also made you an enabler to enable not only yourself, but probably inspire a lot of people. I'd like to, just delve on and talk about the fact that you said that, since your brother was born the way he was special and he was the way that he was. But the inclusiveness from society wasn't there. And that inclusive is so important. And also you're talking about the sensitivity and the awareness that so-called society lacks. What would you like to say about that and the insights on that for audience listening in? Because uh, this is a thought and a topic and a dilemma or insensitivity, not only part of we may say people who are not aware or who are not educated, who don't know about it, are living in myths, but also in the very urban, educated class and places, things like this happen. And I am presuming that you're talking about urban India when all that happened.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Nobody has the right to demean a person who is retarded, a person who is not, doesn't, God has not given him everything or her everything. Nobody has the right to bring somebody down to the ground or make fun of them. I think awareness today, that is why I'm with the family of the disabled. I play a very major role for these people, and I feel their hurt. I feel their pain. I feel what the families are going through. And we're making them aware that these are also human. It is not that they are not human. They are human like you and me. But unfortunately, some part of them is a little less than what you. And aren't we there to give them that part? Can't we be that much of this thing to give them that much that society wants them to come up?
Yeah.
So I'm very happy of people who are dealing with disability, opening schools like Tamanna.
Right.
It's an eye opener. So people are getting aware, because you see, it is not only the poor or the middle class, a very rich class have these children too. And now they're getting aware of the fact, come out in the open. Don't keep these children under lock and key and keep them because you're ashamed of having a child like that. Not fair. It's absolutely not fair.
Yeah. So, around this whole mindset, this mindset meanders and pilfers and spreads into so many other kind of insensitivity, other kinds of racism, or other kind of not being inclusive. It boils down to caste, it boils down to religion, it boils down to color, it boils down to gender, it boils down to all of that. So what is your thought on it, that how uh, as a society we were dealing with a disease, with a gangrene,
Absolutely.
very large level as well.
Absolutely. Apart from disability, Itu, I feel every problem in our society needs to be handled very correctly. It is people like you and me that need to come out and make, pillar of strength, whether it's people with HIV, people who are cancer-ridden, people who are thrown out of their homes, put into old homes, people who are disabled, people, the underprivileged. Why should we call them underprivileged? Aren't they human to be called privileged like you and me? It doesn't mean that they live in the juggies and jokris and they're underprivileged. No. Today, I have taken it upon myself to bring up these children better than what our children who live in glass houses would do.
Certainly.
And sorry.
Go ahead.
And moreover, you did say that there is a severe discrimination.
Right.
Severe discrimination in our society. And I only hope one day this mental block, big mental block, will get bashed away. And I'm really trying to do my best to get this done. I don't like my children or the young girls who are sexually abused to go through this again. They go in a shell. The parents are so scared to speak about it. Isn't this wrong?
Right.
Isn't this something that is a sickness in this society?
True. I think, you very rightly put it, that it's the sickness of the society. that comes forth. It's not their disability. It's not their, fault. It's no one's fault, but it's the society's fault that we perceive and look and behave and, do things that are inhuman and treat them that way. Um, so we've started on a very poignant note. And with that, 40 years you have been working with these two virtues of being absolutely spirited and self driven. And I'd like you to talk about these two virtues that you call of being spirited and self driven, because I think that's it's a huge power, and it is so beautiful to have these two things where you're just spirited to do things and you're self-driven. And we at Rex Karamveer celebrate people who are self-driven, who are not looking for accolades, who are not looking for to be awarded, who are not looking for to be recognized, who are quietly like you and Dashrath Manji, just breaking the mountain and trying to make a passage through it, not for themselves but for the world to kind of see through it, walk through it, and feel better. To tell me about being spirited and self-driven.
The thing is, it's this mountain that you said. I had a huge mountain in front of me too. It was unbelievable. Unfortunately, I got married to a very wrong person, and my whole marriage life was in a turmoil, to the extent that I was giving up on life. Then something told me in my heart, why are you giving up? Aren't you a strong woman? Be strong as your parents have made you and brought you into this world, because both of them very strong people.
Mm-hmm.
Both orphans, both got married,
mm-hmm.
and we were born to them. And today I stand alone, Itu, and I will stand alone and be a fighter. I, as a woman, a daughter to my parents, did all their last rites. I couldn't care a damn who said what.
Wonderful. Breaking the
I
norms.
broke that barrier. I did their last rites. Till the end, I was with them. Till the last flame, I was with them. So that's the mountain I broke. I broke the mountain of being turmoiled in a marriage. To be pushed against the wall, to do any kind of service to society was called going out and being a bad woman. So I refused to get crushed. I refused to get crushed. I said, I'll continue doing this work and I'll do it with my heart and soul. I couldn't care a damn of what these people think about me. Though there was flack from all over, but no way. That's what made me strong, Itu. And secondly, I had this passion of educating myself on different spheres, not bookish knowledge, no. It was knowledge to help society with different problems that they had. Whether it was, as I mentioned before, I started with HIV/AIDS with Dr. Lal. Then I went with Harmala Gupta, can support. Then Johar Saab, with Family of Disabled. Then Ravi Kalra, who of course is the Earth Saviors Foundation. Then Gaurav Ma, who opened a school for the underprivileged children on the roadsides of Golf Course Road. And of course, me, then eventually I got it. So my award today is what I call my leap and jump to the future of what I need to do.
Absolutely stunning, beautiful. You while telling about your life, and thank you so much for sharing with candor your life story and the tough parts of your life, because I think those are also enablers. Those are learnings for us. And when in the
Absolutely.
right spirit, they help us to move into better grounds and to be able to help others as well. You also said about, while you were talking, that I almost gave up. What do you mean about that? But I'm asking you only if you can talk about it, because sometimes we don't know our words inspire someone who's listening and can give hope and can give breakthrough. So would you like to talk
Absolutely.
about
I
that?
think it needs to be spoken.
Thank you so much.
I gave up because I thought, everything's coming to an end. Then, as I told you, I did realize, but then at that period of time, I became a severe alcoholic. I could not do without the bottle. The
Hmm.
bottle to such an extent that I would wait for it as soon as I opened my eyes. And I could do anything to get it, to just kill that train of thinking of mine. And see, today I deal with alcoholics and drug addicts, and I know what they are going through because I go under their skin. I have been through it. So can I bring them out? Yes, I can. And I was giving up because I had a whole bottle of whiskey once and I took sleeping pills and I knocked myself out. I don't know how I survived. So today here I'm in front of you, a total survivor from all that. And I want to make other people survive from these horrible, horrible things that we, think back that it's something that we need to do. No, you don't. There's so much more that you can do.
Absolutely. Thank you once again for being open about it and talking about it, because those are the learning and insights that one draws. And
Absolutely.
we are who we are, and our failures and our dark times and our tough times help us to break through, and that breakthrough is where everything lies, and that's where life starts again. Thank you so much once again.
Welcome to.
So, Anupamji, I'd like to ask you that, what, according to you, are the virtues of, say, a true ambassador of social change? And as you said earlier, that, you are able to go under the skin because your own experiences make you. And I think that shaped you as well as who you are. So,
Yes.
would you like to throw some light on that?
My virtues, I must tell you that I give my hand the warmth that people want. The people who are lying on the road, just one warm hand to pick them up. That's my biggest virtue because I give some warmth, some sensation of love to them. And I picked up so many with you because of this. So many. I've had this girl who I was taking care of who was raped by her brother and her brother's friends. And one of the friends was HIV positive.
Okay.
So this child was brought to me. She was thrown out of Ames because she was in a very bad condition. And that time I was heading the Sharia Holistic Care Center for HIV positive people. And when she came to me, her mother brought her and said, कि इसको तुम रख लो, ये तो रंडी है. So when she brought, she couldn't talk. She was shivering. So I told her, I said, आपने ऐसे क्यों बोला? आपकी बिटिया रानी है ना? तो कोई बात नहीं, आप यहीं छोड़ दो उनको, मैं संभालूंगी. And we had quite a lot of patience. So I knew, I sat with this child and she never ever was hugged in her life. So I sat on the bed and I just hugged her, Manika, and she was in a sort of half trance. And I said, Beta, आप सो जाओ ना, पर मैं आपके पास बैठी हूँ. Don't worry.
Hmm.
You won't believe it. When I had her checked by Dr. Singh,
Hmm.
this child had wounds, burn marks on her chest and in her private parts.
Hmm.
And she was oozing blood from down there. And when I knew she wanted somebody to talk to her, and I couldn't leave this child's side.
Hmm.
And I knew in 3-4 days she's going to go. And it was such a beautiful moment. I held her, to my chest, and I put her head in my arms and I said, "Beta, आपको क्या हुआ बच्चा? आप मुझे बोलो, मैं किसी को बताऊंगी नहीं. आप मेरे पे विश्वास करो."
Hmm.
Then she told me, she says, "Madam, आपको मैं बताऊं, मेरे भाई और मेरा भाई का दोस्त ना मुझे आके हर रोज खराब करते थे.
Hmm.
और जब मैंने मम्मा को बोला तो मम्मा गरम चिमटी जो रोटी नहीं करते हैं उससे माँ मेरी जबान और नीचे सब उन्होंने जला दिया." मैंने कहा, "ऐसा हुआ बेटा, कोई बात नहीं." एंड आई न्यू दैट्स इट, दिस चाइल्ड is all story is all over. And true enough, she bled to death. We tried our best, but that's wrong. That's what awareness. Why? When you're abused, you go to your mother kicks you just because you're a girl.
Right.
Is that a done thing? No. Where is our awareness? We need to be aware of the fact that there are so many problems in this society, and we are the ones, a group of people who all these awardees need to come and make society aware of things that need to build a beautiful pyramid of love and affection for all these people.
True. And that's why we at Rex Karamuri say that together as one, we can write every.
Absolutely.
We can do it. I think,
We will do it.
Yeah, we will. And we at Rex talk about the fact that, we are 1.3 billion people in India itself. And if each one of us tries to do better, tries to make the country a little better from all the ills that are there, without putting a finger at others, without saying why others are not doing or what government is not doing, just taking everything in our hands and really empowering ourselves, because we are a people's power. That is
Absolutely. Absolutely. We
and
stand as angels in front of them, we do, like
absolutely,
angels in front of them.
absolutely. Another thing that you spoke about is that this this mindset again, this warped mindset, this archaic mindset, or I don't know if I need to call it archaic because it's still prevalent in all stratas of society, is that when a girl is raped, we say she was raped. We don't say he raped her.
Correct. Correct. When will that sentence change?
When will that sentence change?
Yes.
And this sentence is used by, again, educated, so-called educated urban India.
Absolutely.
So, everyone looks at the girl who's been perpetrated, not the perpetrator.
Perpetrator.
Someone who's been oppressed, someone who's been done wrong. That person is only oppressed further.
True.
So this education also is part of your programs.
Absolutely. In fact, I'm with Priyas, Amod Khan, and I was, brought in for one of the very major projects on child abuse.
Right.
And it's one of the largest study on child abuse that was done. That opened so much of a Pandora's box all over India, where we went to meet these children, meet people who have been abused, various kind of abuses. It's not only the upper class always hides these things for what God knows. They need to come out in the open also and speak. Your husband has gone, raped your neighbor's wife or whatever, and the wife has committed suicide. Accept it. He's to blame. Why shield him or hide him? For what? Is it right? No, it's not right. To me, I don't think it's right. And then another this thing, issue is very sad. Everyone says, "Arey, you know, क्या करे? कोई बात नहीं, रहने दो, police क्या करेगी? Police तो अपने हाथ में है." You see that point? They start playing with things like this. अरे
Right.
कुछ नहीं होगा, पुलिस हमारे हाथ में है, कुछ नहीं कर पाएंगे. So that is what scares the people to come forward and open their mouths and say, "This has happened to me."
True. Yeah. We have, I mean, Prayas is doing some wonderful work, and we had Amod Kant
Amol
as well.
Kanji, yes.
Yeah, he
On
was
the
there,
book.
experience, sharing all about his book with Jerry on.
Correct.
We have it on Sundays, so I think it was
Yes,
last to last Sunday he was.
correct.
Yeah, he was there. So yes, that is true. The mindset needs a lot of shuffling up.
Shuffling up.
I think
True.
lots and lots of it.
But you know, you get onto a platform and you get these awareness programs going with the health minister and this one and that one, or Ministry of Women and Child. They'll say this on the round table, but once you're out of that door, it's something else.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
It's something else totally. And say, oh, you know, it'll take time for this to be brought into action. And that, why did you say it on the table? Why do you give us, you know, sort of platform to say, yes, this is going to be done?
Yeah.
When will that break, Ritu? This is what I want to know.
Yeah,
because
so there's a lot of service at the policy, at the government level, even at the NGO levels, a lot of times.
Absolutely.
What do you have to say about that? Because, you know, people want to just go on record that, yeah, we're doing something about it, talk about it, have a Photoshop, like a photo shoot about it.
Correct.
Go around, make a din, make a narrative, but nothing happening on the ground about it.
Ground, zero's happening on the ground. So I refuse to be with these kind of people because I have my own agenda, I have my own thinking, and I exactly know what I need to do. You help me, don't help me, I'll manage it.
True.
And because once you start relying on these fake people, you get nowhere. You just about get nowhere. And why? When you have an agenda, you have a correct thinking and you're on the correct path, you have a horizon ahead of you. And nothing is bleak. There's beautiful colors ahead there.
Yeah. And you know, you talk about the fact that Rex Karavir fellows or the inspiration that is with us is all about this one-man army, which does not wait for anyone to come around and, you know, help them. They just go ahead and do what they have to do. So it's possible.
Yeah.
Your work has shown, and we have so many stories like that, real life heroes, as we call them. So, you know, Anupamji, this brings me to a question when we were going about talking about the lip service, that, you know, real measurable impacts. That's what drives you. And tell me about that and share with us some of the programs which have actually shown the real measurable impacts. Because just doing and speaking and doing the lip service is not what it is all about.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. And the reason being, when you're dealing with like positive people, you're dealing with cancer patients, you're just don't say, I will do this and I will give this. Damn it, get up and give them. Don't say company social responsibility so much will give you. It doesn't happen. And how many times you're going to knock on their heads? Might as well get people to come forward who you know, who I trust. And that's what I'm doing. I don't go knock on any businessman's door and say, you want to give. Don't want to give, to hell with you. Then many other people will come forward. And secondly, you have to be sincere in what you do. Today, if I tell somebody that I have got like for a small example, this maid's daughter, she had inverted feet and a very pretty girl, very, very pretty girl. So one day she came to me, she said, you know, my daughter, I need your help. I said, yes, tell me. She said, my daughter's got inverted feet and she's growing up and this child will never be able to get married. So I said, you bring her to me. She came. I had a look at her and immediately I rang up St. Stephen's Hospital. There's Dr. Matthew there, who's a super orthopedic surgeon. Can you imagine? I just rang him up and I said, Dr. Matthew, I need your help. This child needs your help too. If you're God sent and a servant of God, you're going to help her. And he said, Anupam, just bring her to me right away. I said, no, I'm in Gurgaon, you're that side of Delhi. So I bring her tomorrow.
Right.
Can you imagine? This man made this child walk straight. I was with this girl for 2.5 years, taking care of everything of us. St. Stephen's Hospital didn't take a penny. This is what I call true self-giving people. I get people like that somewhere down the line will come to me.
Yeah. Yeah, because
So,
when one is on the journey of doing good, people join in.
absolutely. And you do good, you're honest, you don't do like Gotala, they say, with the money. People come forward. They come forward and they ask you, what can I do for you now? Anybody needs help, whether it's a Lions, a Rotary, anybody. All come and say, ma'am, just give us one call and we'll be there.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you spoke about that. Don't wait for corporate social responsibility in organizations and things like that. And we at Rex Karam, we talk about individual social responsibility. And our Karambir heroes do that. And I think if that's what I was talking earlier, that if each one of us individually took up the responsibility of doing whatever in their capacity they can do to better the society, then world will be different. The world will not be the same. What do you have to say about that?
Absolutely, very true. Let every Karamveer, every Rex person, everyone who's within this family, this beautiful pyramid with so many layers, everyone come out and do their bit with honesty, with integrity. Nobody will say no.
That
and
is
I stand by that.
Yeah, that is for sure. Integrity and honesty, compassion, empathy is very, very important, and we celebrate that. But I think not only just Rex Karamveers around the world or around the country, but I think everyone needs to do this. And our heroes are trying to give this inspiration to others to also better that. So tell me something more about some of your programs that have gone around and help.
Absolutely. In fact, there are programs that I am very much into, which is the educating the underprivileged children. I'm with Dr. Dhingra, who's running school called Spreading Smiles. It's in Nathupur village. It's called the Murgi Farm. And we are educating the right because children.
Right.
Correct? And when Dr. Dhingra started this, he called me and he says, Anupam, I need inputs from you how to go about it. I told him very frankly, I said, you know what's going to happen? All these guys around here are going to first put up a solid, stiff fight with you because they don't want the children to be educated. Who will send them into that garbage? They're already on drugs. Children who are 7 and 8, because they have to have it to get into that garbage, to sort out the, plastic and this and that. So, yes, we did have a solid this thing from these people. They refused to let us run the school. Then we had this awareness where we got them and they said, every child in this Murgi farm is going to be educated.
Hmm.
And today we have 300 little children.
Hmm.
300 little children. We have open sewing classes for the women. We've taught them how to use sanitary ware.
Hmm.
You know, they make their own sanitary pads and they're using it.
Hmm.
So this program, I feel, firstly, it has got me these little kids off drugs.
Hmm.
We put them on a correct path of education.
Hmm.
We've had a very nice person who came, who belongs to one of these computer big companies, who came and opened a computer this thing, where he comes personally to teach the children.
Right.
And we have teachers who come and teach these children. Today, our kids are in DPS in schools like that, Ridge Valley.
Hmm.
Children who are on the road, who were in the garbage bins sorting out, today they're all very English speaking and very good dancers and very intelligent little children. And I feel proud of it. We don't have any of these business houses coming. People come, they give food, people come, they give clothes. Maruti comes and does their bit. So it is just, you come and see. If you can do, do. If you can't do, we don't say force you to do anything. Do it with your heart.
And the work won't stop.
The work will definitely not stop.
Yeah, because if you want to be part of moving ahead, then
Moving ahead. True, true.
come on the scene, and if not, then it's fine. Um, Anupamji, you've been doing some fabulous work in so many areas of social change, so to say, be it women, violence, HIV, disability, all of that. And you have been appreciated, accoladed, awarded. What do awards mean to you?
See, awards mean to me that the people who I've helped have given me their blessings in that award. So every time I look at that award, I said, these are the people who have blessed me with so much that reward stands in my home. It means a lot to me because it gives me, they have a throwback of this is what I got because I dealt with HIV. This is what I got because educating the children. This is what I got with the Earth Saviors Foundation. It does give me a high, a solid high for what I've done. It's all these people within that award. Their smiles are in that award. It's not mine, it's theirs.
True, true, true. It's also a stepping stone to doing more.
More, absolutely. That goes without saying. Once you just say, oh, I've got this award and that's it, I don't need to do more, then you're a selfish person.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I strongly believe in.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's been a lot of work that you've done with Action India, NAS Foundation, so many organizations. I'd like you to take us through a little more and, share with the audience that is listening into you a little more peep into your work and how the people who are listening into you can also contribute, come along, be part of it. Are there any ways? So tell us all about that.
Sure. With NAS Foundation, I had a great opportunity of mixing with the transgenders to understand them. I work so beautifully with them. I want everyone to understand that, don't discriminate them. Don't discriminate them at all. In fact, they're such beautiful people from within. We look at them from a very different angle, which I think is very wrong. It's not their fault they were born like that. Correct? It's our fault that we don't accept them the way they are. Why do we have to fight the 377 today, tomorrow, this, that, legalize the shadi? It is their way they want to live. If they want to live that way, who are you and me to tell, nahi, ye galat hai, police wale unko utha ke le jayenge. So, these are the people who could be your best friends, who are very intelligent. I mean, because we call them the H word, which is very wrong, this is what agitates them, and they say we're just as human like you and anybody else.
True.
So open up, everybody, accept them as good human beings, because they will always, one day, these are the very people who are going to do so much for you. And believe me, they do so much. They're excellent counselors for HIV. They're excellent counselors for the community. And, it's unbelievable. They'll tell you about themselves, which is an eye-opener.
Yeah, they've been through, they've gone through it, they know the ground reality.
Absolutely. And why should we discriminate them? And if somebody like that is born in your home, come out in the open and speak about it. There's a grandmother who accepted her grandson's sexuality. Because I accept it. Why couldn't some mother do so?
Yeah.
Why are you ashamed?
Right.
Today that child is married and living happily.
Right.
And these are all some of the very, very rich and affluent people.
Right.
Come out. Get out of that cupboard. Come out into the open. Be accepted. Because you hide them, all of a sudden when they come, then there's a discrimination.
Right. So inclusivity, awareness, shifted mindset, these are some of the tools, and these are some of the things that would really, really help to make a society or help people to bring in awareness into
Absolutely.
On that note, I'm going to invite Jerry into the conversation to bring out some more insights and ask you some more thought-provoking questions.
Okay, well, Jerry.
He's coming in.
Nice speaking to you too. And
same here.
Namaste, Anupam ma'am. How are you?
I'm very well. Oh my God.
So how are things?
Super duper. And how are you?
You're right in the neighborhood and we meet on Zoom.
Can you imagine? I see you walking, but I'm scared to say hello to you because you're always on the phone, so angry with somebody.
Yes.
Yes, Jerry.
You let the cat out just now.
I'm angry with the world.
No, Jerry, you can't. I'm one of the people in the world, yeah.
No, I'm angry with the wrong people in the world.
I get it.
Yes. So you were just speaking about people from the LGBTQ community.
Absolutely.
About how they need to come out of the closet, etc.
Correct.
But even though now the entire decriminalization has happened, you still have stigmatization.
Why, Jerry? Why?
It's there, no? That's now. Then you'll say I'm angry.
It's wrong.
Right?
It's wrong.
So that's why I say we are the world's largest democracy, but also the world's largest hypocrisy. So you'll call them for your wedding, make them dance. Give them 10,000 rupees. Then you'll call them when the boy is born, right? And then you'll ostracize them when you see them on the streets.
True.
You'll kind of make disgusting faces at them, right? So that hypocrisy is very huge in our society. So we had made a movie around 2008 where it was called I Am. It was co-produced by us, and one of the segments of the movie deals with criminalization of homosexuals, because at that time people from the LGBTQ community were harassed by cops, etc. And that part of the movie was called I Am Omar and enacted by Rahul Bose.
Yeah.
And one of the thinkings behind calling him Omar is because we were also talking about breaking stereotypes, that you can have people from the LGBTQ community in any religion, in any so so I think that hypocrisy of society is not just in India, it's the world over, right? So, and I always say Pope Francis is is a little bipolar, I think. Sometimes
Mhm.
he talks sense, most of the times he talks nonsense, right? And then you have the entire Vatican City, which also ostracizes and stigmatizes the LGBTQ community as the kind of sexual intimacy or
In-
relationship that is not acceptable by Jesus or by the church. And I think therein comes the concept of what was Jesus's friendship with Judas all about, right? So
Mhm.
there are big questions to ask. If Jesus was a real guy, right? And I think therein the entire process. We had Dr. Qureshi uh, on our author experience conversation yesterday, and he was talking about how Muslims are kind of marginalized the world over as people who are trying to increase populations, right? But that's
Mhm.
happening in every religion. Hindus are also doing it. Christians, I mean, my mom and my dad had like, 7, 8, 9, 10 brothers in their brothers and
Mhm.
sisters in their family. So it's there in almost every religion, but then you target one religion or you target one community because you want to target them, right? And how do you think that you can actually kind of mature entire population, especially in a feudal country like India, where now even to get masks worn during the pandemic, you have to enforce a law that if you're caught without a mask, now there will be a fine. So how do you kind of sensitize such a irresponsible society?
Jerry, I feel that to sensitize these people, again, it's just a mental block they have.
Mhm.
They don't want to open up their minds. They don't want to accept.
So it's a mindset problem, no?
Absolutely. It's a
A- a-
total, like
and
I
they
tell
they
you,
won't they won't shift that mindset.
they need to. I'm giving you an example of the somebody in our family. This young girl, she very openly has been, lesbian, and she opened up and she said, "I'm this. I refuse, uh, to be a girl." Hello.
He's there. He's there. Go on.
Okay.
Yeah, we've just put
So,
you on speaker view so that you can be seen larger than life on the screen. Go ahead.
okay. So, last week she said, "I've got this girlfriend and I want to marry," and we said, "Yes, go ahead and get married."
Hmm,
They got married in Vienna,
hmm,
and we accepted this girl. From here she said, I want to be a boy, I don't want to be a girl, so I'm born a girl.
hmm,
So it's the acceptance. Today this child is very happy with her girlfriend and they're living together. Who
hmm,
are you
hmm,
and me to say, nahi aap nahi shaadi kar sakte ho?
hmm,
No, it's
hmm,
not right. It's
hmm.
the way they want to live. They want to be together. You have no right to say anything to any one of them.
Right.
And regarding the masks, people want to all be, they're doing hero giri. Nothing else but hero giri. मास्क के बगैर कौन कौन हमें बोलेगा? हम इसका चाचा को जानता है, हम उसका उसको जानते हैं. टुडे द कॉप से, अच्छा रुक जा, आपको फाइन देना है. कहते तू मेरा बाप जानता है कौन है? यहाँ सुपरमार्ट में हुआ है.
So what you're saying is it's a entitlement and a privilege problem.
एब्सोल्युटली. मेरे बाप जानता है. तू कौन है बोलने वाला? मैं नहीं पहनूंगा.
Yeah, that is the favorite line which you hear at whenever whenever something goes wrong. Janta hai main kaun hu, because
कौन है?
the,
Yeah,
the
and
there is
it's
there is an
something I
identity
think
crisis. So because they don't know, they're asking you.
you need, this sentence needs to be shot down.
Right. Janta
And
hai main
shot
kaun.
down with an AK-47.
Right, right. So
And
what are your thoughts about what is happening with the farmers' protest currently?
well, Jerry, it's a very delicate issue. It's an issue
Mm-hmm,
that I feel, we need to support them
mm-hmm,
in ways because they have expressed the problems that they are facing. Well, I
mm-hmm,
think both the parties, the government as well as the farmers, need to come, and be giving them a correct listing of how much, they are going to get or whatever it is. Don't,
mm-hmm.
this hazy daisy, ye nahi karna, aisa nahi hoga, hum nahi baithenge, ye nahi kare. It's not going to solve a problem. It's going to create more of a problem. You know
Right.
what? These people sitting out there eating, cooking, senior citizen, is it fair? Is it fair? It's not. So come to a decision where both the parties will be happy.
So what is the proper decision that you think?
I feel go 50% of what they are saying, the government should, or 75%. Give the devil his due,
Who's the devil?
the farmer.
The farmer's the devil.
Give him his due.
But the farmer's not the devil. No, the devil is Modi. The farmer's a
For
poor
me,
worker who's fighting for his rights. Modi is the devil. Modi is the sick evil. Modi is the parasite
no,
who is
he is the
siphoning and squandering money with his rodent friends in crony capitalistic markets.
markets.
So the farmer is not the devil. The farmer is the annadata.
Okay, so let's give to the angels.
Mm. See, this is what we have to take corrective stands to stand up and speak out with what is right. Because just because Modi is in office doesn't make him right. He's the sickest
No.
evil of the lot. Because for the past many years, he has made everybody from students to the women of Shaheen Bagh to the farmers into anti-nationals. The farmers are the
Mhm.
people who have sent their sons, their brothers, their
To
fathers
the
to fight in
forefront.
the army. Modi and
Absolutely.
Shah, the parasites, have nobody who's fought in the army. They are parasites. They are evil. They are not, they are the devil. Farmers are not the devil. I can promise you, all the farmers from Haryana and Punjab, every farmer over there will have at least one person from their family
Yes,
who's
it's true.
devoted their time in the armed forces. Show me many Gujaratis who have done that. I'm taking name of community now because this is what Sam Manekshaw had said once,
Mhm.
light-heartedly. He had said that a soldier came to me and said, "Sir, you speak in all languages, but you cannot speak in Gujarati. Sutayu. Why?"
Mhm.
And he said, "Because we have people in the army from all communities where which language I can speak. Because I've learned from them, but I've not yet come across a single Gujarati."
True. This is
So
in
this,
his book.
these Gujarati parasites, hum do, hamare do, Narendra
True.
Modi and Amit Shah, who have parasite written all over their faces, along with the Ambani and Adani, who have parasite written all over their faces, are trying to cheat all the people. Because anybody who protests or voices their dissent is a anti-national. Are you saying that people who have served in the armed forces and fought wars against Bangladesh, against China, against Pakistan are anti-national?
No.
Is that the right narrative?
Never.
Is that the right
Never.
discourse? Then, so these are your parasites. Those are your devils, and we should name them and shame them. The farmers are not the devils. The farmers are the food providers. These people are the people who steal food from the child's mouth also. The politicians and the Ambanis and the Adanis and the Monty Chaddas of the world. Ponty Chaddas, sorry, who used to scam midday meals of 2 rupees 60 paisa. You know it. You know what I'm talking about. You worked in the
Absolutely.
NGO sector for
Yeah.
long, right?
Yeah.
So the farmers or the people who are doing good are not the devils. The women of Shine Bagh are not devils. The women of Shine Bagh sat over there and fought for their rights
For
through
the
the
right.
bitter cold and winter. But they are all Pakistani. Now the farmers are all Khalistani. The students are all anti-nationals. They have been funded by
Mhm.
China and everybody else. And who's sleeping with China? Amit Shah and Modi. Yes or
Mhm.
no? So,
Yep.
so I think we need to get the narrative right, and so we also need to kind of understand who the devil is and who the angels are. The farmers are surely the angels, but you're depriving them of their rights now. You should see the entire narrative of the corporate sector. People working in the corporate sector. Oh, how do these farmers have cars? Yeah, seriously? Only people that are working in the corporate sector can have fancy cars. The farmers work hard to till their land from 4 o'clock in the morning. They till their land, work hard to grow the produce and then sell the produce, which is their rightful due. And yes, they have built villas and cars. Is it only the privilege of people working in Google and Microsoft to have fancy cars? But that is the narrative, because the corporate guy is mostly a person who lives in apathy and is a yes man, because that's what the corporate culture is. Yes man. So that yes man can never take a stand. So he's trying to figure now, sitting in his privileged glass house, how is that farmer taking a stand? Because he
Yeah.
doesn't have the courage to do that. And those are the educated illiterates who worry me more, who concern me more. Yes or no?
Yep.
Would you agree?
Agree. Totally agree.
You're not saying anything much. Is it because you're a Modi supporter, or is it because you're
No,
scared?
no.
I understand. I
I
understand.
support myself. I don't support
Yeah,
anybody. I have to.
and I appreciate and I understand fear psychosis is high, but the point is, it's a matter of time before they come for you.
True. Very true.
Right? It's a matter of time before they come for you, because you should see the factions now. Everywhere they are roaming around. Run for Ram, Chanda for Ram, Brinda for Ram, God knows what else for Ram, right? And they're roaming around, right? And if they know that you're not the highest Brahmin, they will come for you. हिंदू खतरे में है भाई, हिंदुओं से खतरे में है, मुसलमानों से नहीं, सिखों से नहीं, ईसाइयों से नहीं खतरे में, हिंदुओं से खतरे में, because they will marginalize you. Look at what they did to Disha Ravi. Do you stand for that?
Very
Disha
wrong.
Ravi is a 22-year-old girl. She's a woman just like you, Anupam ji.
Tanji, very wrong.
Right? Would you like it that just because you spoke for environment, somebody came and arrested you from home?
Very
And
wrong.
without proper documentation, arrested you, picked you up, and took you to another city? Would you like that?
Definitely not.
And then forget that. Then people in the troll army, managed by the IT cell of the BJP, I'm naming them and shaming them. They start creating propaganda. Disha Ravi is pregnant. Disha raped Disha Ravi. I mean, the kind of words they use, I can't even use them over here. And these are the same people Narendra Modi is giving certificates of merit to. I mean, we have it on record. I put it up on Facebook. You are on my Facebook, so you must have seen it. Then you're saying that Disha, now the same guys who say Hindu khatre mein hai are trying to prove to the world that a girl called Disha Ravi, who's from a Brahmin community and a Hindu, is actually Disha Ravi Joseph. Such insecure, impotent people these guys are. They're not even devils, they're insecure, impotent parasites. I mean, look at the entire evil conspiracy that you've done to prove that a 22-year-old girl is pregnant. You have trolls talking about raping her. What if this was your daughter? What if this was my son? And my problem with everybody who's sitting in silence and thinking that the farmers deserve what they are getting is that, are you going to wait for it to happen to your daughter? Because tomorrow, even if your daughter by mistake is standing in a college protest, they will come and pick her up. Will you wake up then?
No, we better wake up now. Wake up fast.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. So the Hindu hi khatre mein nahi hai, desh khatre mein hai. The very fabric of our country is getting destroyed. You can see the polarization. It's stark. Hum ye hain, tum wo ho. Now it is becoming very stark. So I also have to point out, आप बड़े गोत्रा वाले ब्राह्मण नहीं हो ना, तो खतरे में हो भाई साहब, क्योंकि बड़े गोत्रे वाला तुम्हारे पीछे आएगा. जब दलित ने बचेंगे, मुसलमान ने बचेंगे, तो तुम्हारे पीछे आएंगे ना, क्योंकि सिर्फ अमित शाह और मोदी रहेंगे, बाकी नहीं रहेंगे,
सब उड़ जाएंगे.
और क्यों उड़ जाएंगे? क्योंकि हम चुप बैठे हैं. because all it takes for evil to triumph is when so-called good people, I'm
Silence.
saying so-called good people because I don't find them good in any way. That's why I say I'm angry with the world.
Oh.
All it
So I
takes for
need,
evil to triumph is when good people, so-called good people, stay silent. Their silence is deafening. And more than the silence, the chitter chatter they do, no? How does that farmer have a pajero? How does it? Arey, I
and
worked with farmers in Rajasthan. We've written stories of them in our book, Karmakari books, right? Lakshman Singh, who has created livelihood for over a million,
again,
half a million people who have a life of dignity and livelihood from agriculture. And people who had fled from Rajasthan have now come back. Inward migration, reverse migration is happening, where they've come back, worked hard, and then built their villas and cars. Lakshman Singh, of course, is very happy just going on his cycle and staying in a small jhopda. But the farmers, they have their lifestyle. It's fine. They've earned it. There is another project in Maharashtra called Water, started by Father Herman Bacher, a German, managed by two Christians called Crispin Lobo and Marcela de Souza. They were in the first cohort of the Karmavir Puraskar Awards. You will see reverse migration again over there. I visited some of the farmers in Ahmednagar and all. Oh, they have fancy villas and cars. Same guys had fled to Bombay and become beggars and laborers.
mhm,
So the corporate guy should wake up. They really need a shakeout because they don't even know what the real India is. Sitting in their urban fancy offices in Gurgaon and Bombay, they have no clue what a Dhule or a Jalgaon or a Ahmednagar looks like. So they need a shake up, they need to wake up, and they need to understand that Modi, Hindu nation, is not what this nation requires. What we require is to understand our constitution and unity in diversity. Yes or no?
absolutely,
Hindu
absolutely.
nation is a wrong concept because that is Talibanization of India. Then you will see how they stop your women from wearing jeans and that girls should not get educated. This will happen if we don't wake up today. This is a fact. We better wake up to it. Because why do girls need to get educated? Sati to karni hai inki. We'll go back to medieval times.
Medieval, Lord Bentinck time.
And
Yeah.
people are not understanding this because they are right now, finding the charisma of a parasite called Modi very overwhelming. But he, all said and done, charisma or no charisma is a parasite. Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Germs and worms will remain germs and worms, no
Germs
matter
and
on what
all.
kind of plate you serve them. Right?
Right on. Take
Namaste
care.
and Jai Hind.
Namaste, namaste, Jai Hind. Jai Hind.
Namaste. Thank you, Anupam ji.
Thank you. Wonderful this thing, meeting you, talking to you. It seems I only saw you yesterday at the Karanveer Awards.
Yes, we shall meet soon at the Karmavir Awards. This time we'll have all the anti-nationals in the awards. Shaheen Bagh, farmers, students, सब anti-national बने होंगे कर्मवीर के awards में इस बार, है ना? तो आप
बिल्कुल
आना जरूर. हम सब arrest हो जाएंगे साथ में.
हम आपके साथ आके बैठेंगे
जेल भरो आंदोलन जीवियों के साथ. He called us parasites. No, he should know who the real parasite is. Modi,
Parasites.
Shah, Ambani, and Adani are the parasites, the worms who feed off other people's hard-earned money. I end my discourse with that. Namaste and Jai Hind.
Namaste, Jai Hind.